we bring in the Hall of Famer, the best receiver he ever played with, one Randy Moss. Randy, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, good morning. Appreciate y'all having me. How's it going?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're hanging in here. Randy, one thing, we've been talking about a lot of possibilities where Tom could be ending up. But which destination do you think he has the best shot of winning another Super Bowl and could become, like Peyton Manning, the only other quarterback to have a Super Bowl with two different teams?
Well, to answer your question, I think the teams that Tom Brady would have a shot winning a Super Bowl already have their franchise quarterback in place. But when I look at a possible landing for Tom, and it's kind of crazy that I'm talking about Tom Brady not being the Patriot quarterback, like you just said, for the rest of his life. But I look at a team like, the teams that I've been hearing, like the Tampa Bay Bucks or maybe the L.A. Chargers. But if you ask me between the two of them, I like the wide receiver core for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady has always wanted a weapon to have. He had Gronk. He had myself. He had Edelman, Welker. But he needs more than just one guy, and I think Tampa Bay will be a good fit for him.
Well, Randy, let me ask you this question. Your reaction or rather your thoughts as to why you think Tom Brady elected to leave. I spoke to Robert Kraft in the first hour. He said if Tom Brady had wanted to stay, they would have worked it out. He did not want to stay. You played with him for 3 seasons. You never missed a game. You had over 1,000 yards each season, 2007, 23 touchdowns, record year for you. Talk to me about why you believe your former teammate decided that he wanted to leave this franchise.
Well, I think my biggest concern is something I could never figure out along with the rest of the football fans is who is responsible for those 6 rings, Stephen A. People say it's Bill, people saying it's Tom, and now we get an opportunity to see who was the man behind those 6 championships. So it's kind of crazy. I'm going to continue to say it's just kind of crazy because I never thought that a guy like Tom Brady would leave a place like New England. But when you look at the quarterbacks, the past quarterbacks of Favre, if you have Manning, you have Breeze, the greatest quarterback arguably of all time gets hit by the business side of the National Football League. Now, do we know if it's the business side or was egos in the way? We don't know that. But now that I know that the National Football League is a business, it's going to continue to be a business. And for all current and future NFL players, you got to understand the business side of the National Football League. But like I said, I don't know if the business side got Tom or just ego got in the way. But now we get to see who was the man behind those 6 Super Bowls.
Randy, when I look at Brady's decision to leave, my thoughts go to LeBron James going to the Lakers. It's not that he doesn't want to win championships. Obviously he does. But you can't tell me part of that's not a business decision. To do it in L.A. as a platform for whatever else you want to do. Brady has said he wants to play till he's 45. He has the TB12 brand to sell. The Chargers, while they have weapons, don't quite look to me like the Bucs. Warren Sharp of Sharp Analytics tweeted out just within the hour. If you look at the defense on the Bucs, went from whatever it was to 5th, 30-something to 5th, while spending $20 million less on the cap. They have weapons at receiver, all that stuff. The Bucs, to me, look like the destination that says, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl above all else. The Chargers look to me like the destination that says, I want my cake and eat it too for Brady. How do you see that situation?
Well, I think that Tom Brady has made his money, and I don't really know what happened or what went down in New England. But I think that Tom Brady sees these guys getting these big paydays. He's seeing that he can still play at a high level. Between the two teams, I like what Phillip Rivers was able to do with the L.A. Chargers, San Diego Chargers, now the L.A. Chargers. But when you look at the overall picture, I think that Mike Evans, and I'm not discrediting anything that Jameis Winston has done for that franchise, but you have an opportunity to go out and get arguably the greatest quarterback to ever strap it up. You have great receivers. You got a decent tight end. I think that when you look at the two teams, like you hear or what I've been hearing or what I've been reading about Giselle wanting to be in a nice climate, well, you got L.A. and you got Florida. But if you ask me where's the best fit for Tom, I think the Tampa Bay Bucks is the best fit between the two teams. Like I say, it's just a hard on the field. It's just a hard pill for me to swallow that he's leaving there. But I think when you look at what's on the field, off the field, yes, of course, L.A. But when you're looking at on the field, this man still wants to play. He's still playing at a high level. I've always said it on Sunday and Monday countdowns. Tom Brady is still playing at a high level. He just doesn't have the weapons that these other quarterbacks have. So once he gets some weapons, I still think Tom Brady can still be a Pro Bowl caliber, all-pro quarterback.
Randy, as a guy that played for the New England Patriots, Tom Brady's your teammate, Bill Belichick is your coach. You brought it up in terms of what we'll find out and what have you. But, where do you side on? Because as a player, one would imagine you're thinking about what Tom Brady does on the field. But I happen to have seen the level of affection and love you really, really have for Bill Belichick and the respect that you have for his greatness. Where do you fall? Who's most responsible for those rings?
Well, right now, I'm really straddling the fence right now because of what you just said. I am a big fan of both of those guys and what they've been able to teach me while in the New England Patriots organization. But when you look at it, when everything is boiled down to this, when you look at the game of football, coaches coach, players play. And I really think in those 6 Super Bowl rings, you have both guys that really put a stamp individually on their own on those championship rings. So you look at the play of Tom, you look at the coaching style of Bill Belichick. I always wondered if Tom left New England where he doesn't have that comfort blanket in Bill Belichick, who knows the game the way that he knows it. How will Tom fare away from Bill? How will Bill fare when he doesn't have his number one quarterback? So I'm still stuck. I'm still straddling in the fence, and that's one thing that I cannot wait for this upcoming football season with all this money given out, with all these free agencies, the draft coming up, and now you're getting ready to see Tom Brady in another uniform. Hey, that's my number one question, and the answer, my question will be answered by the end of this season. Who was the man behind those 6?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.